keep the dynamic duo, the son and the father from picking the pros. After 3 seasons, they got you believing it takes it they make, but they got other goals. Ain't it refreshing? Spot up and coming talent, they keep you on your toes. Ain't it a blessing? See the future potential in someone else.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. You know who it is. I am Derek Thompson.
And I'm Diego Thompson.
I'm Christopher Davis.
And who are we?
The Pick'em Pros.
Well, the Pick'em Pros coming back at you in the house with a special episode of Who You Got. Man, we are coming up on NBA second half. We got out of the All-Star game, and now it's almost the real season because regular season is trash as always. But it's time for the playoffs here in a couple of months, man. How y'all feeling?
I feel great, honestly. The All-Star game was surprisingly good. I will say, Derek, you called it on Pain Points.
Yep.
Basically said that USA would win. Didn't have the faith, but USA did hold it down. Shout out to Anthony Edwards. I'm glad that Wemby set the tone though for the rest of the game. So I'm very excited to see what the rest of the season will bring.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, All-Star game was great. Made up for the awful dunk contest.
Oof.
So
man, that was
I'm glad that they
terrible.
Glad that ended up being good.
Yeah. All-Star game ended up being good. I mean, All-Star game ended up being good. Very happy about that. I mean, all you had to do was get USA versus the world, and that changes everything. So
and Wemby setting the tone, everybody else
Wemby
playing well.
Yes,
so,
Wemby. Big shout out to Wemby. Wemby single-handedly saved it. You know, Ant-Man. I figured he would come in with a lot of juice, but Wemby was the one that set the tone. So thanks to Wemby, we've got someone that's going to be an ambassador for the league. So really excited about that. Well, let's dive into what we're going to talk about today. So we've got a bunch of fire topics here today. So first, we're going to talk about the Detroit Pistons. Okay, are they for real or not? So we're going into that. Then we're going to talk about Tatum. All right, Tatum, can he carry the Celtics? And as we talk about the Pistons here in a second, Mike Sims is going to join us. So we got him in the studio. All right, OKC Thunder is our third topic. Are they resting or are they falling apart? So we're going to get your takes on that. We've got Wemby. Is it too early for him to compete for the finals? We're going to dive into that. Mitchell and James Harden now together in Cleveland. Can they make it to the finals? We're going to talk about that. The Hornets, the Charlotte Hornets, all right, hometown team here are turning a corner. But just like the Charlotte Hornets, kind of maybe doing it in the wrong year. Just so happen to have a generational lottery here, and this is the year they'll decide to make the playoffs. We're going to talk about that. There's 3 big games that you want to look out for right before the season ends. We're going to touch on those, and then we'll touch on the NBA Finals. All right. Okay. So let's bring in Mr. Michael Sims here. Okay, Mike Sims, man, joining us from a undisclosed location. He's suited and booted here, joining us virtually. He is the Detroit Pistons whisperer from Detroit, hometown, bleeds Detroit. So we can't talk about the Pistons without having him on, and he's joining us. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, Derek? Excited to be on the show, Pick'em Pros. But I'm at a gala, an event that I'm speaking at, but I had to stop for Pick'em Pros and just got outside just so we can talk about the Pistons. What can we say? Fire. They on fire. All I can say is y'all need to hop on the motorcade. If you don't know about it, you better drive on it, the motorcade, because I'm not saying I'm not saying we're going to win the finals. I'm saying we're going to the finals.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
And if you don't believe it, just get yourself a little taste of beef stew.
That's one of the coldest nicknames, man. Yeah, beef stew. I love that. Okay, so man, thanks for joining us. You know, stick around as long as you can. We understand if you have to dip because you are there handling business with the gala, but we're gonna give our takes and then we'll circle back to you if you're still on. Okay. So Diego, man. So Mike, says they're definitely going to make the finals. All right. Is he too emotional? Is that hometown bias in there? Or are the Pistons legit and not just a regular season team actually going to the finals? What do you think?
Yeah, I think that might be a bit of hometown bias there, and I'm not mad at it. I understand how it is. That's okay. We all had our experience with that, but I just think there are some other teams in the East that have had more experience, that are more ready for this moment. Now, I think the Pistons, they got a good young core. They got Cade. I think they need one more year, and then maybe next year they can maybe get to the finals. But I like the Celtics. I like the Cavs and even the Knicks. So I'd have all those three over the Pistons in the playoffs.
Okay.
Tell Diego to do this. Tell Diego to do this right here. Diego, I want you to get a little taste of beef stew, baby. I want you to get a taste of beef stew. Okay? Because you ain't been paying attention, Diego. You know you my man, but you ain't been paying attention. The Pistons were one game away against New York. They're already going through that maturation, right? And remember, the motorcade is at a point right now where he knows where he's at. He hit that elevation where you looked at for the Celtics and even for the Knicks from last year, whatever. Now they're going on and taking that step, especially since they just beat the New York Knicks 3 times in a row, okay?
Yeah.
The average point spread is 20 points. Celtics can't handle them, especially without Tatum.
Oh, Celtics going to have Tatum in the playoffs, and that's going to elevate him even higher. I mean, then they're second in the East without a first-team All-NBA guy. And with the Knicks, right? I think the Knicks, unlike any of these other years, are going to be healthy and rested in the playoffs, and they're going to have a healthy Brunson, a healthy Cat. All their guys are going to be ready, and that's going to help them go deeper.
I can't wait. I can't wait to get you a can of beef stew.
Oh yes. Well, we're gonna have a whole show just on this right before the playoffs. We're gonna have a whole show on the Pistons. So we're definitely gonna come back to that. We're gonna get you here in studio, Mike, so we can all be face to face and dive it into that. So I can't wait for that.
Hey, I gotta run, but I appreciate you guys having me on for a second or two. Hey, Diego, keep your chin up, remembering stuff, man. I know you're just not getting your license, but you can always drive the motorcade later.
All right. Mike is out. Thank you. Oh man, yes. Wonderful having him. Okay, so C-Pain, what's your take on the Pistons, man?
Listen, I think the one thing we're forgetting about is the X factor that is.
There we go. Okay.
I think we're forgetting about the X factor known as Jalen Duren and seeing his step this season.
Okay.
I will say that he has become one of the better defensive forces in addition to Isaiah Stewart on that team. Plus, he does contribute on offense. Cade has become one of the better point guards in this league, and they still play that ferocious level of defense. I will say that my issue with just writing them off and say that they're 1 year away. At this point, the Celtics, we're not going to know what their chemistry is. We're going to get into this later. What the chemistry is going to be like, because Jaylen Brown has now emerged into his own. It feels like he's a superstar now.
Right.
So how could that chemistry be impacted? And I'm sorry, the Knicks, every single time over the past few seasons, we've said the Knicks are our finals team. The Knicks are going to the finals, and they just haven't seemed to do it. Again, they got dog walked by the Pacers, who to me don't have as good of defenders as this Detroit Pistons team. So shout out to the Knicks, shout out to Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. But the one thing I will say is that the game that Cade played, I think it was on Thursday, where you saw him go at everyone. It didn't matter who was going against him. He was like, I'm just gonna take it to the hoop. I'm gonna do my thing. That's something that I feel like the Knicks only had that with Jalen Brunson. There's a bunch of other players on the Pistons who feel galvanized by the energy.
Right.
And that's why I think that I'm not really worried about Karl Anthony Towns in the playoff series. Not like I'm used to. I'm sorry. He's good, and everybody's acting like he's still one of the premier centers when he hasn't really played up to snuff when it comes to the playoffs. So that's why I would say I do think the Pistons are a finals team. They'd be honestly, it really depends on the It really depends on if the Celtics will return to the form with chemistry with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. That would be the only thing that would stop me from saying them not making the finals.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Ooh, this is gonna be good. So Diego says no. Mike Sims says that they are definitely, but he's hometown, a little biased there, but again says they will be there. You not biased. You don't have a dog in the fight with that,
No.
but you say yes, they are, and they are showing a lot. I love the enthusiasm they're playing with. I love the intensity. Love how they went in there and handled the Knicks. I definitely didn't see Cade being this good. So he's exceeding expectations, at least mine, and is playing very well. I still don't know. Again, we'll make our official picks. This is Pick 'em Pros. We'll make our official picks right before the playoffs. And that's when it'll really matter. We'll kind of give our way too early at the end of the show here. But right now, without seeing what they do these next 2 months, I can't put them in the finals just yet. Not now. That may change come April. But I've got to side with Diego on this one. I'm not going to put them in the finals just yet. Maybe if they had,
what I'm saying? That's the thing. They
if
don't
they
have
still
my
had
guy.
Beasley
They don't have
doing
my
the
guy.
wiggle. Now, hey, there's still time. He's a free agent. If they could just ignore the gambling investigation and go ahead and pick up Beasley, then I might be with them.
Yes, they are missing my guy, Malik Beasley. That's the whole. That's the X factor.
Yes. Now you give him Beasley. Hey, I'm all in.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And my thing is, can Cade, with no playoff experience, go toe to toe with the Tatum and Brown duo that's won a championship and has played together for 8 years, the playoff Donovan Mitchell and James Harden, and playoff Jalen Brunson healthy? Those are 3 really good teams, like 3 really good guards.
You did.
I don't know.
You said
that's a
playoff
lot to
James
add.
Harden.
You said playoff James
No,
Harden.
I said playoff Mitchell.
No, playoff Mitchell.
James
With
And
James
James
Harden.
Harden.
Okay.
Not playoff James Harden.
Playoff Mitchell with James Harden.
I was like, we need
That
to
was a
clear that up.
clarification.
James Harden doesn't have to be the star anymore. It's
Okay.
All right.
That was a
Just
clarification.
need about a few games.
Glad you clarified that. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, that's great time. We got a lot here. We've got to drop by 8:30. So we're going to move on to our next topic, but we're going to do a whole show on the Pistons and bring Mike in here. All right. So let's move on, man. Let's move on to the Boston Celtics. Okay. Tatum looks like he'll come back. They don't want to say that right now. They don't want to put pressure on him and whatnot. But it looks like he's making great progress. I feel that all signs point to him most likely coming back. But Diego, if Tatum does come back, does that change everything? What does that say for the Boston Celtics?
I think it changes everything, honestly, for the Celtics. I mean, right now they're second in the East. Jaylen Brown is playing the best he's played, averaging 30 a game. And this is the guy, Tatum. He's a first-team All-NBA guy. And, with the recent Achilles injuries, we've had guys come back quicker, which it looks like he's doing because he's still young. Okay. And, when KD got injured, he came back and he was still averaging like high 20s, even 30 points a game in some years. And for the chemistry, I'm not worried about it because him and Brown have played together the last 8 years, so that's not really anything I'm really concerned about. And I just think that's that extra star power that the Celtics needed, and I think that they could really win a championship actually this year.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. What about you, C-Pain?
I would just say that, although I am excited to see Jason Tatum be back, people don't realize how much of an anomaly KD really is, right? Because anybody after an Achilles tear, there's going to be some time to ramp up. So you're expecting Jason Tatum to come back in, let's say, end of March, early April, to ramp up for the playoffs. So now we're going to expect him to still be that Jason Tatum that we saw drop 50 versus the Sixers in that Game 7. I'm not totally sure. I think that they will be a good team. I think that they can at least make the conference finals. But I'm not expecting him to shoulder the load of really leading that team, which means it's going to be Jaylen Brown's time. So that's where I would say I wouldn't say that they're a finals team, but I will say that because the East is an easier conference, plus they have the continuity, plus Mazzulla is a great coach. I do think that they will at least make conference finals. Now, it is because you're expecting him to ramp up and play playoff basketball in about a month. So that's where I'm a little concerned with how is all that going to go with your best or second best player trying to ramp up during the playoffs.
Yeah, Diego.
In that conference.
Hey,
so.
We're forgetting that this is a guy that has faded in the NBA finals against the Warriors. He faded. And well, they lost, but that was when he was younger. And then when they won, Jaylen Brown won the Finals MVP. He played better. So I mean, he can play second fiddle. I'm not worried about that. I just him being able to come back and add, a spark. I think that's a big thing.
But you're relying on a first,
and they still have Jaylen Brown. Like if they didn't have Jaylen Brown, then I mean that's different. But, Jaylen Brown's averaging 30 a game.
Yeah, but first team All NBA, and you're just relying him to be a spark, and then you see that Pistons team who's able to play as good defense. And with what you said about the Knicks,
beef stew.
I'm not worried about the Pistons.
That's what I'm saying,
man. They don't have things. I'm like when you play the Pistons, it's just like, ooh, we're playing like I just don't really feel that, man. Like, I'm just not worried about it.
Man. Well, the one actually, again, jumping ahead a little bit, but the team y'all need to worry about in the East, if they stay healthy, is the Sixers.
Okay.
That's the team y'all need to worry about. If Embiid, with the way that they are right now, and then you'll have our guy who's coming off the drug suspension.
Paul George?
Yeah, Paul George. He's gonna have fresh legs. Be fresh. He was doing he was doing 360 dunks before he went out with the suspension.
He was in practice in like pregame.
We know why. We know how he was doing.
They called the number on him. They was
we're not worried about how or why.
Was he enhanced?
It's the fact that he was doing it.
Was he enhanced?
He hit 9 threes in one game. We haven't seen that since.
Shout out to wifey. Thank you, love you for watching. We see her comments in there. Just wanted to say hey. But yeah, man. So that's the team we got to worry about. As far as the Celtics go, man, I don't believe in the Celtics. With Tatum coming back, I think the East is just it's open season right now. So I think they're just taking advantage of the landscape right now. The Knicks aren't the same team that they were. Cleveland wasn't the same team before. Now Cleveland's going to be dangerous because they have Harden. But Cleveland wasn't the same. The Knicks weren't the same. Boston is a great three-point shooting team. I think Boston's going to be a great regular season team no matter what. So they're able to get through and get a decent seed. But I don't know if they'd be a factor with Tatum. The way that the Knicks took their heart out of their chest last year. Again, remember, they were about to lose to them with Tatum. The Knicks beat them with Tatum.
Yeah, but
I can't unsee that.
We don't know
I can't
that.
unsee stuff.
We don't know that.
That
was an if and then.
We
don't know for sure.
They already lost.
Could have, would have, maybe in an alternate unit. I don't know. Man.
They already lost to him.
They didn't have Tatum.
That's the issue. So they lost to him last year. Now they're coming back. They got Tatum coming a few weeks from recovering from tearing his Achilles. I don't think they're a factor.
And the thing with Tatum doesn't play with or without ton of athleticism. You know what I mean?
True.
Like as compared to other players, like he is a pretty robotic game.
He's going to do cha-cha slides, step back threes.
He can do the exact same thing. He doesn't need his Achilles.
Yes. But that's not going to be a factor.
He doesn't need he'll play the exact same.
They're not beating Detroit. They're not beating Philly. They're not beating Cleveland.
He'll probably come back and play the same he did before. Because, the robotic cha-cha three, maybe a little one-leg dunk.
That's right, Brandon. Knicks were up 3-1 before he popped his Achilles. That's right, Brandon.
Right leg dunk.
Drop that knowledge, Brandon. Yes.
They were up 3-1, but Tatum got hurt in the last game. They could have came back.
Well, hey.
We don't know. They
clearly
would have come back.
So C-Pain and I say no, right? They're not going to. They don't have a chance to get to the finals. Diego, you say yes. That's where we stand on that. Okay.
They might win it all.
That's where we stand. Oh, hold on.
It's crazy.
Dwayne, whoa, what is he saying? How much trouble are my Chicago Bulls in right now? Oh gosh, man, we don't have enough show, Dwayne, to talk about that one. The Chicago Bulls, good God Almighty!
Try Rob Dillingham. That's all I got.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, well, the good thing is, hey, they've got a draft pick. They got a lottery pick. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully you strike gold there and get somebody. But yeah, man, I don't know. I think. Actually, if I'm the Bull, Bulls need to be very aggressive and swing for the fences.
Man, they'll probably draft Darren Peterson, and he'll. I don't know.
Probably that would be the person they would draft. Actually, they need to swing for the fences and get Zion. try to maybe resurrect him.
What
or
do they
something
have
like
to
that.
lose?
Yeah, they have nothing to lose. But yeah, I don't know, Dwayne. That's gonna be rough, my man. All right. Okay. Well, let's move on to our next topic here. We're rapid fire. We've got the OKC Thunder. All right. So the OKC Thunder, they started off amazing. What was it? 24-1. It was something crazy, right? They only had one loss to start off.
Warriors,
they were pushing for the Warriors record. Started off amazing, but then injuries set in. But they were doing it without J-Dub.
Yeah.
So they were winning without him. And then, J-Dub came back, looked good at first, actually. And then, went through a little bit of a slump. Spurs clearly have their number, so that's concerning. But Diego, Thunder, are they just resting right now, coasting, wake me up when the playoffs start, or are they collapsing?
I actually think they're coasting. It's weird because SGA is hurt right now, but I haven't heard a lot of details about the injury, so it seems I don't know. It seems kind of low mangy, and they did get the new spark of Jared McCain, and he's been coming in there shooting threes. So I think
True.
It's an odd part in the season. They still have the number 1 seed by like 4 games, so I just think they're taking this time to make sure everybody's right and get ready for the playoffs. But I am kind of concerned with them.
That's in the West, though. Yeah, but the East. Like the Pistons, I think the Pistons caught them, or they're like right there.
Yeah, but I am. Yeah, I'm talking about the West.
Yeah,
but I am kind of concerned with them losing to the Spurs a lot, though. That is very concerning.
Yeah, that is concerning. Okay, all right.
I would say the Thunder, they're not at the point of a collapse, but I will say everybody who had them as like the clear title favorite, I don't think it's like that anymore, especially with the West. Like you see what the Spurs can do. We're gonna see what Anthony Edwards can do. Now, as a Lakers fan, I ain't gonna lie, we are getting first rounded. Y'all bucket. We are not making it out of the first round because we got the old man, so we'll if we get a good matchup, we can take a team 6. But I think in the Thunder's case, it really depends on how the bracket shapes up, because if they run into the Wolves or the Spurs early, I don't like their odds, because I do think that it's just, I feel like they're not afraid of that team. I don't feel like there's so many teams like in the West who would be like, oh, like I'm scared of like playing against them, versus like you see what the Spurs were able to do because they have Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper, who like they go against Wemby in practice all the time, who's like a better version of Chet. So are they really going to be scared of playing Chet come playoff time? Be like, oh, is like they're just going to go at him, and then again. We have Wemby's whole like I don't like Chet out like the Thunder thing he got going on. So that's why I think that it's not a collapse per se, but I do think that they're not the favorite that everybody said that they were in the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Okay. Man, shout out to Team Pickle Pros. Thank you, Summer, for running the comments in the background. Appreciate you. And we're going to end the show with Brandon. Brandon's going to do the recap for us, so we're excited for that. I know a lot of you have been asking about Brandon, so Brandon is going to bless us here. But on OKC Thunder, man, you guys know I have a very hard time unseeing things once I see it.
Yeah.
And I don't like when teams get I don't like to use the word. I don't like when people get teams get punked.
Yeah.
Right. I don't like that. And that's happened with OKC with the Spurs. Yeah. They took their lunch money 4 times.
Yeah.
And I was really upset with one of the last times they beat them, because it's like OKC, they didn't show any fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
that's
so
on Christmas.
Yeah,
that was embarrassing.
The Christmas game. They didn't show any fight. So I didn't like that. That didn't look like a championship team. Again, we were championing them huge during the playoffs, and we see just so many. I love the way they've built the team and everything. I love so much about the team and the organization. But they are a bunch of nice guys, right? And so the Achilles heel with them can be, if you get a team that's down and dirty and nasty, that has a certain moxie about them, that I think you can get them. So that concerns me if they were to face the Pistons. That concerns me. That concerns me if they play the Spurs. That concerns me. Heck, that even actually concerns me if they play Minnesota. right? And then so I have a lot of concerns with them right now. I'm going to be watching closely. I'm not going to say that they don't have a chance, but I'm watching these last 2 months very closely before I make my pick on them. And there's some games to watch that we're going to talk about later in the show that I think will tell us a lot. A matter of fact, we'll preview. They actually play the Pistons. Oof. They play the Pistons like at the end of the season. And I can't wait for that game. So I really want to see, okay, how do you stand? Now it's going to be a couple of days from the playoffs. Like, all right, it's time to go. Where are you? So I can't wait for that one. Yeah, so I can't wait to see that. All right. Okay. Well, we are going to talk about the Wemby. We're going to talk about Wemby and if it's too early for him. But before we do that, we have a quick word from our sponsor, Pure Green. We're going to go to that real quick. Again, Pure Green of Clayton, they have supported us and are big supporters. So make sure you go to their IG at puregreen_Clayton. They have amazing protein bowls. They have amazing shakes. They have amazing smoothies. They have all of that. So make sure you check them out. And here's a quick word from Pure Green, a commercial that we have. All right, Diego, I'm hungry, man. You want something to eat?
I do. Yeah, what you in the mood for?
Man, let's go for Pure Green. We need to keep it healthy.
Oh yeah, I like that.
All right, I got it. Let's do it. All right. Quick word from Pure Green. Thank you. Okay. So our next topic here, Wemby. Is it too early for Wemby and the Spurs, Diego?
Nah, I think the Spurs are ready, man. I mean, I like Wemby's attitude. I like his drive, especially with how he treated the All-Star game. And just all season, like he's been playing really well, stepped it up a notch. And it's just as long as he can stay healthy, I think they can go very far. I mean, they already showed they can beat the Thunder, and there's a reigning champs. I mean, that's about the top to top. So
okay,
yeah, they can definitely go far.
Okay.
Listen, this is the year to take the leap. Like, this is year 3. Listen, we need Wemby playoff moments. Like, all we've seen is like all the anomaly games he's had in the regular seasons where he almost gets like a 5x5, and he's just out here getting 40 points. You see him shooting the threes. You see him shooting the mid-range. Like the fear he has as a defender. Like, we need this in the playoffs. Wemby, this is where you ascend to the whole face of the NBA that we're trying to make you to be. Like, I think that we keep waiting for, like, oh, well, this is the year. Look, since he came into the league, everybody has said this is going to be the best player to ever do this. This is like the most high prospect since LeBron, all this stuff, right?
Okay.
This is where the Kings get made. So I'm excited to see what he does in the playoffs.
Okay.
And they do have a good team around him. They have great shooters.
They do.
They have a great coach. Like, I really like what Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle show. Like, I am very excited to see what they can do in the playoffs. And that's why, like, they're not a finals pick for me, but I do think that they need to at least make the second round or at least push for a conference finals, because this needs to be like his crowning moment, because everybody after the All-Star game, since the All-Star game, has been like, hey, this is our guy. Like, this is our person. Because Ants basically like shrugged. Is like, I don't necessarily want it,
Right.
So Wemby, this is your chance to like really prove that you're going to be the new face. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I think health permitting, and we always say that when it comes to Wemby, because we haven't had someone that size, be able to dominate. But yeah, if he's able to stay healthy, he clearly is gonna go down as most likely the GOAT. Love everything about him. So pulling for him, big fan of his. I don't see as much grit that he's shown. I don't see their first time being in the playoffs, they're going all the way through. I see them probably starting off very, very well, it looking like maybe they're gonna do it, and then having like a really bad, upset. You know what I mean? Or something like that. Very similar to OKC the year before. You know, when they lost to Dallas, it was in a crushing manner. So I think they have, you know, some last second loss to kind of knock them out. And then, you know, come back, you know, in a year or so if they can stay healthy. But I don't see the very first time them just running through and getting to the finals. I don't see that. What I will say though is if the Spurs beat the Thunder in the playoffs, then it's over.
Yeah.
It is over. The NBA is Wemby's league and it's over, and everybody else might as well go home. We'll say that.
Yeah.
So if they do it, it is over.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, let's move on, man. Let's go to the Cavs. All right. Cavs, James Harden. And man, Harden has come in to save the day. They've made some moves here because we know that you know, Mitchell was left by himself in the playoffs last year. So much so to where then everybody thought the Indiana Pacers were actually good because he was out there by himself playing.
Yep.
So, you know what I mean? So now Harden has a running mate. Or I'm saying Mitchell has a running mate that will be there.
Yeah.
And so what does this say? Is Harden going to come in and save the day and take Cleveland to the finals?
Yeah, I think Harden does a lot for Cleveland. I mean, just the fact that they got Garland out of there, really, I think did a lot for Cleveland and brought another starting level point guard in there because like he was just getting so unreliable towards the end, and like having Harden there to, you know, facilitate and shoot step back threes and score and in the playoffs that makes me more confident in him because he doesn't really have to worry about playing a star role, and because we all know playoff Mitchell is a straight baller. So I mean, I think Harden does a lot for Cleveland. He can really take them over the hump and get them to that next level.
Okay.
I would say I'm just excited to see how this can happen in the East. Because I do think that, like, if this was still the Western Conference, we've seen that James Harden has not necessarily shown up in the best moments. And the last time he was in the East was when he was with the Nets. And then it was like, it was mostly KD's team, and KD was really balling out, right? So I will say that, like, really my concern really isn't for Mitchell or Harden. It really is about Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. Like, those are my two, like, big concerns for, like, how they will play.
Yeah.
So I will say that, like, Harden wants to prove something and prove it to himself that he can be, like, a contributor to a championship team, but really Mobley and Allen have to show up versus teams with really good bigs, like a Karl Anthony Towns, like a Jalen Duren, come playoff time. So that's why I would say I think that he's, like, a great piece, but I do think, like, the pieces around them still have to show up because regardless, Donovan's going to do his thing. If Harden just gives you a little bit of something, that's going to be fine. But, like, if they're not able to, like, really play well on the glass, then are we really going to think that Cleveland's going to make it this far? And again, you know how Cleveland plays. It's like they're going to get a good first round matchup, going to be a great series, and then they play like a legit team, and then stuff gets a little messy. So that's why that's my concern.
Yeah. I mean, history definitely tells us that. I love the fact that they've, you know, brought Harden in, kind of gotten Garland out of there. But yeah, that's a great point. Those other players are ultimately going to be the key. So I'm going to be watching them closely over these next couple of months. At this point right now, I would say yes. I think he can get them over the hump. When I look at the Knicks not being where they should be, Boston, I don't think they're going to be able to really do anything. The Sixers, I think pound for pound, are the most dangerous team, but inevitably something's going to happen with the Sixers. I don't know what it's going to be, but I can't, you know, back the Sixers right now. So, you know, that leaves to me, it's either Cleveland or Detroit. You know, to me, it comes down to those two teams, and we'll see. I'm gonna, you know, I could be swayed. I'm gonna be watching. If, you know, the Pistons continue to take care of business, then, you know, I might get on the Mike Sims train, and you know, it might be all of us against Diego. We'll see.
See how that works.
The world, man.
Let's see.
We'll see. Yeah, Brandon says Cavs Pistons East Finals. Yeah, that would be That would be nasty. That would be nasty, Brandon, for sure. Yeah, I would love to see that. All right, okay. So let's talk a little bit of hometown here. Let's talk about our Charlotte Hornets. Okay. It seems like they've been struggling forever. Okay. It's just so ironic and so Charlotte Hornets that now that we've got a generational lottery coming up, this is the year they will make the playoffs. Yeah. So I think that's pretty comical. I get it. You want to always try and do your best and all that. And, I shouldn't want to tank. But I just find this very, very ironic. So, Diego, what's your take on this? What do you think about the Hornets? Should they go ahead and continue to do what they're doing, or should they try to stack the team even more and get another piece to go along with these three great pieces that they have on the screen and go from there?
Yeah. I think that, they're already kind of on this streak and they got the fans going, the city going. So, I think they should just roll with it now, because I think it's going to be really hard to start tanking at this point, because the other teams have been doing it all year. They've been pro tanking, they're from the beginning to end. But yeah, and they got Con Knipple too. Because the fact that they already got their piece,
right?
If they didn't have him and they were kind of winning without him, then LaMelo was hurt. But they kind of got all the pieces going. LaMelo,
great pieces,
and I just think I think they're all right. Actually, I think they're cool. Yeah, and I think they might have messed it up and drafted the wrong guy anyway. if they had
Well, I don't know. This proves. If you look at these three guys on the screen,
they drafted Con.
They drafted Con. They drafted Ball. They drafted Brandon Miller.
Yeah, but these weren't generational draft. If it was like a draft like this, I feel like they would have just made the wrong pick, like a Kobe or SGA, instant all over again.
Okay,
that's real. I think that the Hornets, honestly, I know that they're going to be playing teams, so I'm going to be excited to see. I'm just glad that Carolina sports is coming back and having a real run. But I will say that LaMelo, I don't know, man. There's a recklessness that he plays with, and I just think that that's kind of my big concern with him come playoff time. But I do think that the fight that they had versus the Pistons shows the heart that they have. So I am very excited to see. If they're able to make the 8th seed, and if they end up playing the Pistons, are we going to get a real battle-tested, very intriguing, beginning first-round playoff series? So I will say, I hope they make the playoffs, as North Carolina homer for real.
Right.
But I don't know if they're going to make it far. I just think it's just going to be a cool story about a young upstart team pushing the Pistons to 6 games or something.
Yeah. That's
what I think will happen. But
interesting. Yeah. There is a buzz, right? With the Hornets. It's good to see the North Carolina teams repping and playing well. I think it is just hilarious that it happens to be this year when they could get such a great piece. LaMelo is interesting. We had the pleasure of seeing them in person around the holidays, and man, dude is super talented. I know that's not a news flash, but man, it was just really something seeing him in person. Just his raw ability and raw talent. He comes out of the locker room and it's he's limping, looked like he was half eating a sandwich still from coming out, going through warm-ups. And it's just
everybody says it's he plays with one AirPod in, it's genuinely works. It's he's playing with two. Seeing him in person, he way he comes out the tunnel, it's like a middle school. It's like a middle school kid playing their first game.
Yes,
trying to be
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, no, that's a great analogy. Yeah, it's just like that. But he's clutch. Every big shot he made, he was going bucket for bucket with Curry there. It was, you see the talent. And one of the best things that could happen to them was getting Con Knipple. I think he's someone that's pushing Melo. Now he's not the main, just dominant guy. Now there's another person that's there that's getting a lot of line and shine. He's not missing as many games now. So I love the direction of the organization Dang, I just wish they could stack.
Yeah.
Stack
They
one
get
more
one
piece.
more. Maybe they can
My
get someone
goodness.
sneaky in the
Maybe.
in the draft.
It's gonna have to be,
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. All right. So there's 3 games that we want to highlight, y'all. So we know you're maybe not following the NBA as much during the regular season, except diehards and whatnot. All-Star game is here, has passed. Now, teams are jockeying for seeding. They're starting to get ready. They're getting ready for the playoffs, and I think the playoffs are going to be phenomenal. So the playoffs always are good, so there's no debate about that. But as we get into the final stretch, the last 2 weeks of the regular season, there are 3 games that we want to call out here that we want to talk about. So one is the Pistons at the Thunder.
Mhm.
Oh, my goodness. So you definitely want to watch this game. Now, we, through Pick 'em Pros, we are going to be launching our sports app platform, our gaming platform, where you'll actually be able to pick game. We're going to have gaming where you can pick who's going to win certain games, and we're looking to have prizes. You can win merch, all types of stuff. So that's the future direction of Pick 'em Pros, being true to our name. So we actually are planning on having like a bracket challenge for the NBA playoffs and whatnot. That's our own, not through like some other platform, but our own like Pick 'em Pros platform. So as we grow our community, that's something that we're really, really excited about. And we may even do something with these games here. So let's just do a picking here. I want to get y'all's takes on who's going to win these games. All right. So this is Monday, March 30th, 9:30 p.m. on Peacock. All right. Pistons at Thunder.
At Thunder?
Diego, who wins this one?
Thunder got it.
Ooh,
Most
Thunder?
definitely, yes.
Okay.
Thunder.
This is-
okay.
Jared McCain
We
gonna shoot a couple threes, man. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you say, C-Pain?
Because it's in OKC and Shea's probably going to be healthy. That's going to be like a big MVP game, and it's because it's at Shea's house. I'll say the Thunder.
Ooh.
It's because
Brandon
they're
says Thunder too.
It's because if it was in Detroit, I'd be like, okay, they got it. But again, Shea's been injured. He wants to like still capture another MVP, I feel. So that's why I would say the Thunder are going to win that one. It'll be close though.
Man, yeah, I don't know. I'll be encouraged big time by whoever wins this game. So this game might sway me. If the Thunder take care of business, especially if the Pistons come out like we know they're going to come out, I'll say, okay, all right. I think they're rounding into shape. I think Thunder's getting ready. Okay. But man, if the Pistons go in there and beat them down in OKC and use that as a statement game,
You're crazy.
I might be on the Mike Sims train, man. I might be on the bandwagon. So we'll see. So I can't wait for that one. So we got to see. And I have a feeling if I have to pick that game right now, I think the Pistons are going to win that game. I think the Pistons are going to win that game. Yeah. So we may do something with that game. Yeah. And possibly an NBA finals preview. Yes, Brandon, that's right. Yeah, so we'll see. So that's a game to watch. So you want to watch that game, all right? Next game that you want to watch. All right. So Bree might be at this one. Phoenix Suns. No, the Rockets at Suns. Rockets at Suns. So this is April 7th. This is a let's see. This is a Tuesday. Yeah, so the other game is a Monday. This is a Tuesday. Tuesday, April 7th, 11 p.m. on Peacock. So, Diego, we know you won't be seeing this game. So, hopefully, Bree will be able to make this one. So, the Rockets have been there already, I believe. But this is going to be big because this will probably have seeding implications because the Suns are right there on the play-in bubble. So, they'll have a lot to play for. They'll be at home. That crowd's going to be rocking. KD back, that's going to be a big clash. So what happens in this game, Diego?
Okay. I'm going to go with the Rockets. KD go in there and man.
Okay.
The Rockets.
Okay. What do you think?
I would say the Rockets as well. KD has a lot to answer for, a lot to get better because this whole thing with him calling out teammates allegedly.
Oh yeah.
That's the whole thing.
That's a whole nother,
it's
crazy.
He has to do better amongst his team, and of course, he's playing against his old team, and it'll be for seeding. So, of course, there will be a lot more energy for this game. So, I'll definitely say the Rockets will win this.
Man, hey, I'm kind of on. I need my island hat for this, man. Because I don't know, man. I think the Suns being at home, they're gonna be ready for that game. Booker, things gonna come out. And the Rockets, I don't know. I think the Rockets seem to be slipping a little bit to me. They really miss Van Vliet. So that's gonna be a tough one. But yeah, right now I have to say Suns. Suns take that one. But can't wait. We may have something on our platform for that one. Okay. And the last game to watch at the end of the season, this is like second to last game of the season because I believe the season ends on the 12th, if I'm not mistaken, Sunday the 12th. But this game is Thursday, April 9th. The Celtics at Knicks. 7:30 p.m. on Amazon Prime. What happens with this one? So Celtics. So if Tatum's coming back, he's playing in this game.
Yeah.
So this should be a big one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty high on the Celtics, so I'm gonna go with them.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Tatum's gonna want to show everybody that he still got it before the playoffs.
Yeah.
So yeah. I got the Celtics.
Okay.
I'll take the Celtics too. I'm not gonna lie. I think that is it in Boston?
It's in New York.
It's in New York.
It's in New York.
I don't know. I feel like Jaylen Brown or JT needs to have a moment in MSG before they make the playoffs. And again, Cat really concerns me, man, because as good of a player as he can be, it's just the fact that even Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby are starting to struggle with being able to contain the players that they're supposed to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the Celtics, they'll have a great game plan, so that's why I'll say that they're gonna win this one.
Okay. Yeah. Once again, I'm on an island, man.
Wow.
Once again, I got the Knicks with this one. I think they return back to the scene of the crime here. Knicks beat them last year with the healthy Tatum. I just think they have their number. I just don't think this is a good matchup for the Celtics. Mm-hmm. So this is one, the Knicks, they're going to get a lot of pressure and a lot of heat. By them looking as bad as they've looked in certain games, I think they're going to have a lot of pressure at home to show and prove in this game. I think they step up and get this one. So, yeah, we'll definitely be revisiting these last three games, but this will be a great way to end the season. All right, so we're going to bring Brandon on here in a second to get his take on the finals. So want to get his take on that. But before we get his take, we'll let him kind of close us out on the finals. Let's get you guys' take. So we're not going to hold you to this. All right. We'll make our official predictions in our platform right before the brackets go. Okay. But this is just kind of based on where we are right now. All right. So we can change this right before the playoffs. What do you think right now, Diego?
All right here, right now. At the East, I got the Cavs. Mitchell, Harden's gonna raise him up, bring him up to that next level. And out the West, I got the San Antonio Spurs.
Oh,
I changed this actually as throughout the show. I would have had the Thunder before the show, but now I'm going with the Spurs. Wemby, it's his time. And actually, I got the Spurs winning.
Wow.
Oh, what?
This is gonna be the beginning. A Wemby's go case.
Oh my God!
Gonna be the beginning.
Yeah, that would be go. I mean, your first time in the playoffs, all the way with.
He's got the Kobe mentality. He's gonna be beating everybody down. He's gonna when they beat the Thunder, then it's gonna be over. Like you said, the confidence, and they got the young team. They got Wemby, they got Stephon Castle, Dylan Harper, everybody else in that team. They're young. They play defense, and the Cavs, they're gonna get far, right? But then Harden's going to start showing his age. Jared Allen, Evan Mobley might fade. And then I think it's going to end up at that stage, it's going to be a Mitchell, basically. Mitchell versus all. And then I think Wemby and them are going to prevail.
Are you just wanting to be the first person to claim Wemby and the Spurs? You just try to be first?
This is actually what I think. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm speaking what I think. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, but I guess that includes me being the first to hop on the Spurs train. So Wemby's gonna be the GOAT, and all the LeBron people are gonna see the change of the guard.
Okay. Oh,
one ring makes you change the guard is crazy. Anyway, I'm just gonna say I got Pistons. I was going to say Pistons and Wolves, but I don't trust Julius Randle. So hold on. Pistons and Thunder. I do think that
that would be good.
Detroit.
That would be good. That would be
Detroit
good.
basketball, the
That would be
hyped up
good.
super team. Let's have a remake of 04 where the Pistons, if they somehow win it all, if like a Detroit sports
Oh,
team
man.
in this day and age manages to win it all,
Man.
specifically
Man.
that Pistons team who went 14-68,
Yeah,
Cade going like, we're not 25 games bad. They somehow managed to win.
that'd be crazy.
They somehow managed to win the
That'd be
finals.
crazy.
I would just say, let's have another legendary sports story. Like,
That'd be crazy. That'd be
let's
crazy.
have another moment for that.
That'd be crazy. That would, and what was interesting about that, yeah, I mean, they've done so much to rebuild the city of Detroit. So, that concerns me because I don't want to see that go backwards with the victory, with the celebration and all that. I don't want to see, stuff burned and whatnot. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I would love to see that matchup. I think that would be great to see. So we'll get a preview of that at the end of this regular season. I'm gonna right now say, and again, this might change based on that game, but right now today, I'm gonna say Cavs. I'm gonna say Mitchell, Harden, Cavs in the final. So I agree with you, because I think you said that as well.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go where you didn't. I'm gonna say, you know how I've been on this team and I've been back and forth. I already have the gear, so I'm prepared for future shows. I'm gonna be back on the Ant-Man train.
Wow.
And I'm going Minnesota Timberwolves.
How many times do you have to go? Every single year. Every single year. Ever since he started making the conference finals, he fades. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You said you don't believe in Julius Randle. I love Ant-Man, but I don't believe in Anthony Edwards.
No.
I'm sorry.
Crazy.
Every single time he's once a guy like SGA, Jokic. Well, wait, never mind. Not Jokic.
Yeah.
A guy like SGA gets his number.
This may be the year. This may be the year. Again, this isn't my final. This is not my final take or final pick. Do not hold me to this. This is just where I'm opening up my heart. I'm being vulnerable to you guys. Okay. So I don't really know if I appreciate the way you're coming at me right now. Okay, I'm being open. I'm being open with you right now. All right. So we'll see. We'll see what happens when that time comes. All right. But I am prepared. But you know how I get about Minnesota. They do any little thing, it does any little thing, then I'm all
you would have
hyped.
said the Nuggets, man, because you got gear for them. I would have rather you said the
I
Nuggets.
do have gear for the Nuggets. I'm fully prepared
And the Thunder.
for
I mean,
Nuggets,
my God.
Thunder, or Timberwolves. I'm fully prepared. I have gear for all of them.
You got everybody.
I don't have Spurs gear. But I've got those three.
That's the gear you
I
need.
am prepared. I'm fully prepared.
So you got all of them except for the one you need. I mean,
We'll see.
and you got Celtics gear just in case.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Celtics gear for sure, just in case. Yeah. Eastern. Yeah. Celtics, I think, is the only one there.
You don't
Yeah. I have Phoenix Suns hat. So even that,
you don't
I
have to
got
worry
that.
about that.
Yeah. So
You
we'll
keep
see.
that tucked.
We'll see.
That touch is crazy.
All right. Well, man, we're gonna close the show out with the one and only Brandon Bean. What's going on, my man? Hold on, Brandon. I think you might be on mute.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. All right. Yeah. What's up, man?
What's going on?
Oh man, good to see you. Good to see you, man. Fam, everybody's been asking about you. Where's Brandon? So everybody's hyped, man. So everybody's clapping right now. So great to see you, my man. Thanks for everything, man. All you doing. I want to, get your take on the finals. Again, we won't hold you to this as well, but we know you're going to be one of the first ones when we get our sports platform up, our app up, to fill out those brackets. So as of today, who would you have in the finals? In the finals right now?
OKC in Detroit.
Woo! Yeah, OKC Detroit. Yeah.
When you obviously, they the top two teams in the NBA right now, and both of them kind of cancel each other out in terms of defense.
Mm-hmm.
So like I wouldn't mind seeing the SGA NBA finals.
Yeah.
I think it's like when you have two franchises that that's not historical in any way.
Mm-hmm.
They're still trying to one is small, the other is like medium-sized market. So when you have that, it's like I think it has a recipe for a great NBA finals. So there's that. I think this is just a year. This is like a year of not writing teams off. We saw that in college football with the Indiana Hoosiers. We saw that with the Seattle Seahawks in the Super Bowl. So we might see it in the NCAA tournament in basketball. So So I feel like I think it's just like my Final Four is pretty much like I have OKC, San Antonio in the West. I have Detroit and Cleveland out east. I feel like I don't want Jason Tatum to rush back given the severity of the Achilles injury. So and this is not the same Celtics team like it was 2 years ago. So that's where my main concern is. And I think it's like I think we did last year where we tried to push the Celtics, over the Knicks, and the Knicks bounced them out, and we're kind of doing the same thing at the Celtics, and Cleveland meetup. I feel like Cleveland could knock the Celtics off and it wouldn't come off as a shock because once again, this is the year of not writing teams off. So I mean, that's how I feel about who's in the finals as of right now. Like,
I like that. Well, last question, and we'll end the show here. We got to run, but so that's who you have in the finals. Who would you have winning it?
OKC wins it in 6 games. Shea gets finals MVP.
Ooh, oh my goodness. And then if he can come back in a day or two, he'll most likely get regular season MVP. So if that happened, it would be, my goodness, back-to-back regular season NBA Finals MVP, scoring champ. Man, that would be pretty ridiculous for his legacy. That'd be very Jordan-esque. Wow. Man, that'd be crazy. All right. Well, hey, we appreciate you, Brandon. We appreciate everybody else for tuning in. We know we haven't been live in a while. So we got some more hot stuff coming. Again, we've got our sports app coming where you can pick games, but it's not sports betting. It's all just picking for fun and prizes. So our motto is it's all the reward, none of the risk. So that's a cool thing. You'll never put your credit card in or anything like that. So it'll be something that'll be open for all ages. And that's one of the things that will separate us with this platform. But we appreciate you, Brandon. We'll see you soon, my man.
All right, man.
All right. Thank you. All right, y'all. Well, hey, man, let's go ahead and get on out of here. We, had a long day today. Got actually a photo shoot to take place in the front before we get out of the studio. So we got a little more work to do. Hardest working sports platform out here. But we appreciate y'all. Enjoy sports. Enjoy each other. We'll see you next time. Until then, pick 'em pros. Later. We'll see y'all. Thank you.
See you.
Pick 'em pros is the show you've been waiting for. In the know, kissing clothes and your favorite sport. Let it smell, NFL, NBA and more. Making your day for sure. Linking and taking tour. Game flow, they know. Not your same old, nah. Come and see the double D's, Derek and Diego. Dropping the knowledge you want, professional college and on. Locking and follow the fun, a dynamic duo, father and son. You in the mix with the greatest, we'll get you acquainted with Christopher Davis. You stick with the Lakers, but picking your favorites. We changing the game and updating the playlist. And we gotta show love for the ladies and shout out Brianna, the future of females in sports and reporters. So link up and follow to show you supporting. It's a major wave, keeping you up on the latest games, bringing the stats, opinions, and facts, breaking down all the greatest plays. Special guests showing love, all the fans show the same. We the best, #1. You already know the name. Pick'em Pros is the show you've been waiting for. In the know, kissing clothes and your favorite sport. Let it flow, NFL, NBA, and more. Making your day for sure. Lincoln and take a tour.
Get started on the right track with a Pick'em Pros anthem. Stop random and dance on tandem. Want a pair of sneakers, I was so eager. And a phone club featuring a fandom. When it comes to the right pick, they're all psychic. Even keeping psychic. Boom, the activity is seismic. On a mount so high, can't climb it. Wanna be on a team that elevates at a better rate than a featherweight versus a heavyweight. There ain't no better way. Gotta let them demonstrate. Second to none with the numbers that generate. Setting real goals with the extra points like field goals. Never taking defeat like steel toes. And they blowing up on a real though. Without them, you would never know what team is on an island. Every social platform shouldn't be that hard to find them. From the north, from the south, east and west. Just remember that the Father always knows best.
Pick'em Pros is the show you've been waiting for. In the know, kissing clothes and your favorite sport. Let it flow, NFL, NBA, and more. Making your day for sure. Lincoln and take a tour.